Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins, your host of the Marvel DC Universe Fan Club. We are now episode 225, and I'll be doing my review on Birds of Prey. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Birds of Prey, I strongly suggest that you do not listen to this episode. You've been warned. So, oh yeah, the movie is also starring Margaret Robbie, Elizabeth, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Journey Smollett Bell, Rosie Perez, Chris Messina, and of course, Ali Wong, Ella J. Basco, and of course, Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. But yeah, so Harley Quinn narrates the events of her life up to when, sometime after the Enchantress' defeat, the Joker breaks up with Harley, throwing her out on the streets of Gotham City. She is taken in by Doc, an elderly owner of a Chinese restaurant. Recovering from her abusive relationship, Harley cuts her hair, adopts a spotted hyena, whom she names after Bruce Wayne, takes up roller derby, and blows up the Ace Chemicals plant where she pledged herself to the Joker. At a nightclub owned by gangster Roman Sionis, also known as Black Mask, Harley cripples Roman's driver and meets burlesque singer Dana Dance. Dana Dance rescues an intoxicated. Oh, by the way, Dana Dance is Black Canary in this movie, of course. So anyway, but yeah, Dana later rescues an intoxicated Harley Quinn from an attempted abduction. Impressed by Dana's skills, Roman appoints her as his new driver. GCPD detective Renee Montoya investigates a series of mob killings carried out by a crossbow-wielding vigilante. Finding Harley's necklace at the scene of the Ace Chemicals explosion, Montoya notes that Harley is in danger without the Joker's protection. She approaches Dana about being an informant on Roman, for them, of course, but Dana rejects the offer. Roman sends Dana and his sadistic right-hand man, Victor Zsasz, to retrieve a diamond embedded with the account numbers to the fortune of the Bertinelli crime family, who were massacred years ago. Young-pocketed Cassandra Cain steals a diamond from Zsasz, but is arrested and swallows the diamond. Harley, fleeing from Montoya and several other people she has wronged, is captured by Roman's men. Zsasz informs Roman that Cassandra has the diamond, and Dana warns Montoya about Cass. As Roman prepares to have Harley killed, she offers to recover the diamond for him. Roman agrees, but also places a bounty on Cass. Breaking into the GCPD with a variety of non-lethal grenade launcher rounds, Harley frees Cassandra, and the pair escape to the evidence warehouse. They are ambushed by a number of goons, but manage to kill them all. She and Cassandra bond while hiding out at Harley's apartment. Doc is approached for information by the crossbow killer, who is revealed to be Helena Bertinelli. Having survived her family's massacre and becoming trained as an assassin, Helena has been targeting each of the gangsters responsible for the murders of her family. Quinn's apartment is bombed by criminals looking for Cass after Doc betrayed Harley and sold them out. Harley calls Roman and offers to turn Cassandra over in exchange for his protection. Agreeing to meet at an abandoned amusement park, Dana notifies Montoya of the rendezvous, while Zast notices Dana's treacherous text message en route to the park and informs Roman. Devastated by Dana's betrayal, Roman dons his ritualistic mask from which he gets his villainous nickname, Black Mask. At the park, Montoya confronts Harley but is knocked out of a window. Zaz arrives and tranquilizes Harley before holding Dana at gunpoint. He is killed by Helena, uh, who reveals Zaz was the last of her family's killers. Montoya returns and Montoya returns and a standoff ensues until they realize Roman has arrived with a small army of masked criminals known collectively as False Face Society. Using Quinn's old gear, the makeshift team successfully withstands and repels their attack. Repel their attack. During the battle, Cass is captured by Roman, while Montoya is shot. She survives due to wearing Harley Quinn's bulletproof bustier. Dana reveals her metahuman ability of supersonic level screaming. Defeating an additional number of monsters aligned with Roman, Harley gives chase on roller skates, and with assistance from Elena and her motorcycle, the pair pursue Roman. At a nearby pier, the final confrontation occurs, taking aim at a shadowy figure in the distance she believes to be Roman. Harley wastes her last bullet as Roman appears from behind the figure, which is revealed to be a statue. Roman holds Cassandra hostage and prepares to kill her. However, Cassandra pulls a ring from a grenade she had taken from Harley's weapons chest earlier. Slipping the grenade in Roman's pocket, Harley throws Roman off the pier just before the grenade detonates and kills him. In the aftermath of destroying Roman's criminal empire, Montoya quits the GCPD with the money with the accounts hidden inside the diamond. She joins Dinah. Well, actually, her name wasn't Dana; it was Dinah the whole time. So my bad on that one. And Helena, in establishing a team of vigilantes, the Birds of Prey. Harley and Cassandra sell the diamond to a pawn shop and start their own business. In the post-credit sequence, Harley is about to reveal a secret about Batman to the audience, but the film ends mid-sentence. So, I'm gonna say the writing was good, except I do have a problem. There's only one problem. Well, two problems. One, I didn't like that Black Mask was killed. I wanted him to continue on as the villain in maybe an earlier Batman movie, or sorry, not earlier Batman movie, but a later Batman movie. But in the Black Mask was like Black Mask, was better off. Let's just say his character was a lot better in the comics than he was in the movies and the video game. In the video game, he's more like one of the weakest characters. Same as same in the movie, but as far as like being sadistic, that part of him they kept, true to the comics, of course. So that's the only part that's true to the comics that they brought into the film. His sadisticness, like I don't know. It's like a lot of things to describe him is like wow, you know. But let's just say he was more dangerous in the comic books than he was in the Batman Arkham games and the movie. But as far as him being sadistic, that's the only thing that was kind of that was kind of true to that character. But Harley Quinn threw down in this movie. I ain't gonna lie. This movie's I might end up buying it on you know DVD or iTunes just for that, for those fight scenes alone. But as far as like the writing, they could have done more, and having turning Harley Quinn into a thief. She's I mean, come on, she's supposed to be the daughter of Lady Shiva, and she's supposed to be the fourth Batgirl. To make her into a thief in the live version, that's I think that was the wrong move that Warner Brothers made, for that character. So, you know, I mean, most of the writing was good, but I still don't like that they killed off, Black Mask. He could have continued on as a villain, but obviously he wasn't one of the top five Batman character, he's just not one of the top five villains in a movie franchise, rather. But I feel like it could have, they could have done more with him, because he wasn't even Black Mask for very long. I mean, it was obvious that Roman Sign is Black Mask, and he was a collector, rich, so that part of him was true. They kept true to that part of the character. They kept true, you know. But I feel like they still could have done more with that character. Um, Also, I'm trying to think what else. Black Canary. This is to say the Huntress, her wardrobe could have been, they could have done a little, let's just say the costume designing for that character could have been better. And Montoya, I don't know. They could have found another character, not her. Rosie Perez, I like her, but she's, you know, I hate to say it, she's kind of, washed up. She's one of them '90s. She's one of them actors from back in the '90s. But anyway, let's just say that, yeah, there was a major problem. You know, like for example, when you turn one essential character like Cassandra Cain, into a thief instead of you know someone who I guess a damsel in distress maybe, I don't know, but they could have done more with this character. Like she could have been like the next Batgirl instead of the apprentice of Harley Quinn. But I extremely did not like how the film bastardized her character arc, of course. And Cassandra Cain, is a big character in the comics. She's a daughter of Lady Shiva, and she became the fourth Batgirl, which is what I mentioned earlier. And they turned her character arc into a regular civilian that happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. She was practically a MacGuffin, pretty much. The writers had so much potential in giving her a better backstory. Maybe the film could have included ties to the League of Shadows. Maybe we could have gotten, a Lady Shiva reference or something. Either way, hopefully we can see her again. Don't know how they'll be able to put her in I don't know what they could do with that character in the future of the DCEU, but we'll see. But the fighting was good. I wish they could have done more with Ewan McGregor's character because he's a great actor. So I just wish they had kept him alive. You know, they could have had him arrested or something, but kill him off. Come on, I didn't like that at all. But you know, the writing was like most of the writing was good, no doubt. I didn't like how they portrayed Victor Zsasz. You know, because he's supposed to be like he was more dangerous in the comic book and in the Batman Arkham franchise than he was in the movie. And Victor Zsasz' character was, of course, there were like 3 live versions of his character. Like in the Gotham series, he worked for someone. He wasn't his own person. Victor Zsasz, and like in the comic books, Victor Zsasz didn't work for anybody. You know, and even in the Arkham universe, he didn't work for anybody. So I didn't like the idea of him being the Black Mask's right hand. You know, I didn't like that. And you know, he had the scars, but you know, he was bald. He, you know, in the comic books and in the Batman Arkham universe, I guess in the Gotham universe as well, you know, he was bald. You know, but in this one, you know, Zsasz had hair. But I didn't like how they portrayed Zsasz, and I didn't like how he got killed off as well. But I mean, but you know, like I said, you know, he was one of the people that that killed Helena's family. So yeah, he had to go. But still, I wish they haven't wrote that in where he worked for someone first. You know, one mob boss, then Black Mask later on. But yeah, you know, I just there was some a few plot holes, you know, but other than that, you know, I like how Margaret Robbie, you know, I like how she laid, you know, I like how she laid it down, you know. She was, you know, that was some good fighting. Choreography was excellent. I ain't gonna lie about that. So, but yeah, you know, it could have made more money, you know, if it wasn't looked at as a feminist film. But the movie so far, but as far as box office goes, the movie made, I would say, $21 million. Oh, wait a minute, no, sorry. The movie made $160.7 million worldwide, with a production budget of somewhere between 82 million to 100 million. But the movie made up like 160.7 million in the box office worldwide, which I hate to say it is bad, especially since it's a DC film. But yeah, the movie flopped pretty bad, so then they changed the name to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, you know, which a lot of fans aren't very happy about. But I don't see how they're gonna make up for, you know, as far as I don't see how they're gonna make up for the amount of money that they should be getting. I mean, the movie should at least made 500 million, you know, or 700 million at least. But I don't see how they're going to make up for the losses. But you know, Ewan McGregor ran his mouth saying that it was a feminist film, which most men aren't really fans of. You know, that they're not into that girl power type stuff. You know, but yeah. That pretty much put the nail in the coffin for this movie. If Ewan McGregor hadn't, said anything, a lot of people would have saw this movie. Because a lot of people know that Margaret Robbie is pretty hot anyway. So, but I wanted to see it just, for her. But yeah. So I would give it, I would say a 6.9 out of 10. Because of the plot holes. So, but yeah, that concludes this review. Feel free to visit us on Facebook. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music apps, Spotify, and of course YouTube.